Welcome. My name is Mark Anthony Dubose Jr., and I was born the 4th day of July in the year of 1986. I want to say thank you for tuning in to try to figure out some more about life in general, is what I want to say. And coming along the journey of me seeing life through these dogs and being able to better my life with these dogs. There's a comment that I got that I really want to talk about because this right here is what I believe is one thing that, if you haven't heard this before, I hope to be able to explain it to someone in a way to be able to open your eyes up to what's actually going on this planet. And that's the main word I'm going to talk about today is going to be perfection and perfect. And that comes down to this comment that is the reason why I believe most of us, most all, are struggling today because of what this person has to say and how this person is and how we perceive a person that speaks like this. And it's a bunch of stuff up front. I don't know what that is, but it down to this part of it's hard to take advice from someone who can't spell and who also doesn't even bother to have it checked. That's something that I think is very interesting because it comes down to the main thing over and over again of someone wanting to listen to someone who is perfect. Someone will only listen to someone else unless everything is in order. Everything looks good. It's all shiny. It's all just set up so right. And if it's not, I'm not going to listen to you. I don't care nothing what you got to say. That's where I'm going to say the deceitfulness, the manipulation, the lies, the problems, the issues instantly start to arise. Because for me personally, I don't know what it is that I know I don't want to say facts, but I look at this world much differently than what most people do. And I've kind of always done that. I'm a very quiet kid. I didn't start speaking until I was 5 years old. And in my mind of thinking this today, it's not because I didn't have anything to say. It's because I had to watch and hear what everybody has to say and what's going on around me before I made a understanding to be able to say something out loud. Because the more that I realize how people are just quick to say stuff out loud, it's like they didn't really think everything through. They didn't think through the whole scenario of what it is that they're portraying to the world. But nowadays, it's so normal to do such a thing. And that's where we're running into problems. Because we got the situation that if your stuff isn't perfect, and I'm going to say this behind closed doors, nothing. You never heard this before. I'm going to say it to you straight up. Nothing on this land, nothing in your life, nothing about you, nothing about your mom, your dad, your cousins, your aunts, your brothers, your sisters. Nothing is perfect about any of them. They are all flawed. They all have issues. They are not perfect. They are not able to always perform. They do not always get everything done on time. They don't have everything flawlessly worked out every single time. They don't have all 100s on all of their grades across the board. They are not perfect. No one's perfect. You're not perfect. But the main thing is what's going on that there's this huge shift of a life today. That unless you are portrayed to be perfect, nobody wants to listen to you. But have the good understanding up front, people, that no one's perfect. But yet people try to portray themselves to be that way. And that's how the experts come alive. Because everything that they put out for display for someone to see is perfect looking. That's where for me, day one, even making any sort of video, I'll be messing up, man. Stutter on a word. I got a dog doing something I don't really want to do. This dude always doing weird stuff back here. The last video, I think he was throwing up in one, and this girl's always doing weird. I got a dog. Everything is just a scramble. Everything is just what it is. And that's why it's kind of been a mission of mine day one. And since something in me was like, start making just videos because I want people to know what real life is all about. It's not staged so it looks away. Because the more that I notice that people are staging stuff to look away, I'm always wondering what's going on behind closed doors. I can't get off that language that I put in my mind. What's going on behind closed doors that what you're showing out for us to see is so perfect looking. It's so pristine. Like, just go to the dogs for a second. The dog is always in its perfect looking heel. It doesn't flinch. It doesn't react. You say down, it downs. You say sit, it sits. You say send away, it sends away. You say recall, it recalls. And it's just like so perfect. And we want to listen to that by seeing what's perfect, but not actually knowing what's going on over there when the photo shot, the shoot is off, when the cameras are not rolling anymore, when the people that they're trying to show off to are no longer around anymore. What's going on then? Because that's the time that not 100% of people are struggling with what's going on in their life. Not what you're showing to the world, but what's going on behind closed doors is what you're struggling with. And people are out here just to put it all like, I'm so great, I'm so awesome. This is the thing that I noticed right away with most of the social media stuff when it first started coming out. I never dabbled into it. I didn't do the MySpace thing. I didn't do the Facebook thing. And I got the Instagram now as kind of a way of just showing what real life looks like ground up. That's what my Instagram is about. Being out here showing what I've started with, my experience of like the chaos along the way. Birthing animals, watching them birth, watching animals die, just the real life of how things are. And I realized that's not what everyone is doing. Everyone is showing this like this snapshot picture of like how perfect their life is. And then I get on the phone with you and you're asking me for $1,000. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I thought everything was okay with you. What's going on? And that's leading a lot of people into this deception thing of like, I feel less than, I feel lack than, because they're the ones that got it all. I need to listen to them, thinking that they're good, thinking everything is great, and realizing the thing that you're struggling with is the exact same thing that they are also struggling with, and they have no way to even be able to help you because they are also struggling with the same stuff. So they're saying if you, let's go down to the whole financial aspect of it. These guys and girls are out here saying if you make more money, you grind, you work, you're going to be better. But then you look at behind closed doors in their lives, they're living this like the reason they're on the grind so hard is because you can't stop and slow down and actually deal with what's going on in life. The reason you have to focus all of your energy in this, like trying to make it look so perfect, look so right, look so great, because you can't deal with real life. Something that someone told me a couple of years ago that really hit hard. If you can't just sit down and do nothing, just not even like be in your thoughts, but literally know how to shut the thoughts off and sit and do nothing, what are you running away from? You should be able to just chill. You should be able to just relax. And that's what most people can't do. But yet they have all these courses, all this stuff to explain to you how to better your life. But yet the part of the life that you want to get better, who's talking about that? And that's where things just are set up that I get it, it makes sense. Because everyone's out to like, I need the money, I need the money, I need the money. I got to do this to make the money. I got to do this to show something, to be something, something that I used to hear from a lot of people used to say, you fake it till you make it. You look a certain way, act a certain way, and then hopefully certain stuff will come to you. But the main thing is, that's the concept that I know for, I don't want to say a fact, but a fact on why most people are struggling with these dogs. Because it's not an external thing, it's an internal thing. You're looking out for that person that's got the perfect looking dog to be able to give you instructions to be able to how to get your issue solved. It's not out there, it's in you. It's in you to figure out what's going on. The experts out there are just, if more, not more messed up, way more messed up than what you are right now. But we're listening to them as if they are the gods on this planet and they know everything. The dog trainers that just, they have this show that they put on and the dogs are so perfect and they're so nice. They got them in the backgrounds and they're always sitting on the place bed all the time. What's going on when that dog, when they say free to that dog and it lets it go and let it do what it do? Because this is one thing that, you know, dog trainers that I pay attention to, just more than the financial stuff or anything else nowadays, because it's easy to see where you can show up your bank statements and all that, and I'm like, oh, I see what you're doing. But it's easy to see like the lies because the dogs can't do that. The dogs are just representing what's real. And this is where it's fascinating because like every dog trainer I've seen, all these big mainstream, the experts, they always have excuses because they know that they can't hide the lies. They can only do it so much. They can only like say everything is so great and so awesome. If you just do this, sit with your dog every day, your dog's going to be amazing. They're saying that, but they're not living that. And they can only do so much. That's why they're always, oh, I've been gone for 3 weeks. I haven't been able to work with my dog, so that's why my dog's not up to par. That's like animal abuse at the end of the day, people. We're just going to give up on the dog and neglect the dog because I got to do something over there. How realistic is that? That's not realistic at all for someone that's trying to explain to someone how to be able to have this perfect oasis inside of your home with your animals. But that's what's going on. We're listening to people that are not actually living what it is that you want to be able to live. The number one thing that I just can see across the board, I don't know what's going on lately, this past month, maybe 2 months. I don't know why I always try to look at, I only care about relevant videos today, just to see like what's going on in the world today right now. I've already seen enough of the old stuff. But it's fascinating, like not many people are showing their dogs anymore. Like they're nowhere to be seen. I see a lot of people on live streams, but they never have a dog, like their dog that they work with, that they're trying to be able to say, if you do all these drills, if you get the obedience so high in your dog is going to be able to be like this. They don't have the dog to show you what you are looking for. What you are looking for. What I know that mass majority of every single human being right now is looking for their dogs. It's to be able to have a nice, calm pet dog inside of your home. That's what you're looking for, a nice dog to be able to go to places with, a nice dog to just be in the house, you're not having to hustle and fussle with, a nice dog that you do not have to keep on lockdown, max secure prison all the time. It's just free in the house, it's free in the backyard, it's free you got a doggy door so it can go to the bathroom on its own in the backyard, a dog that is just hanging out. And the main thing is, where is everyone showing you that what they're doing is going to be able to give you that? Because that's like, we call that with the link of us evolving, with the missing link. There's a missing link here where someone is saying something, but they're not actually to show you like what's behind closed doors. They're showing you this perfect show up front, and we listen to them, we listen to them, and listen to them. And just like that comment right at the front, you misspelled a word, so I can't listen to nothing you have to say. You're not perfect, so I can't listen to anything that you have to say. You didn't do everything also right, so I'm not going to listen to a single thing that you have to say. That's what we as humans are literally doing today. We are dismissing somebody because of one little flaw that they have, say. One little issue that they have, we're going to say that everything in their life is trash because you're able to see it. And this is what goes on with a lot of celebrities at the end of the day. We're watching them on movies and we're seeing these shows and we're watching the music stuff and we're like, all these people are so amazing. We watch all their movies and the characters and the actor in their movies, and most people, they kind of do the same type of role for like 30 movies. And we're like, that's a really nice person. And then you meet that person and you're like, that was the most disgusting person I've ever known. And you lose everything for them at that moment. You can never watch an old movie, listen to an old music for them at all anymore, because you hear it and you're just like, that was a disgusting person that I met. And you had an idea of what someone was, but you didn't actually know the real of someone. That's where this internet stuff, this Facebook stuff, this Instagram stuff, this YouTube stuff can make things look away, because we could cut, edit, and shut it away, what we don't want. And we could just display what we do want. That's what I believe is messing up most people, because you're living in this lens that someone is saying to you that you are a mess, not realizing that that person, that celebrity, that everybody, they are also a mess. They are not perfect. They do not have it all figured out. It was fascinating. It's like everyone's always on this money trip, man. If I had more money, I'd be happy. I'm going to almost guarantee you, if you had more, you would probably be more miserable. Because that, if you're already miserable, adding more is going to make you more of what you currently are. If you take some away, it might actually make your life a little bit better if you took some things away. Because that's what I did in my life moving out here. I took a lot away. A lot of just ease of life, a lot away. I didn't even have internet when I came out here. I took a lot away, and somehow things just started getting better. But the more I kept adding, the more you're just like, you're smothering yourself. You're getting yourself in a sense of control. And what's like being advertised to us all day, every day, all the time is, come over here, girl, is stuff to keep buying. Keep adding, keep adding, keep adding, get more. You do more, more, you're gonna be better. You get your dog to do more tricks, it's gonna be better. You get your dog to do better stays, it's gonna get better. You do more, it's gonna get better and better and better and better and better and better and better. But there's just no proof behind that. But that's what's always in us all day long. I can't even go on my own Instagram and not see 5 different training companies that are trying to pitch an idea to me on, buy this book, your dog's gonna be awesome in 30 days. Buy this course, your dog's gonna be amazing in 90 days. Buy this, your dog's gonna be the perfect dog in 2 weeks. I see this stuff all the time. I can't go a single day without looking at something and seeing all of these things that are targeted at me. Buy this, buy more, buy this, 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 as if you are incapable of doing things on your own. You are incapable of making things happen. And that's something that is very, very misleading. That's shoving a lot of us to feel like we are small and less than. Because someone gets on and shows you what appeared to be perfect. It looks perfect. They speak like everything is so perfect. Every word they say is just so amazing. It's flawless. You know, like, that person is perfect. They do have all the answers. I bet their stuff is really nice. They talk about how nice a dog is in the house. It is going to make my life better if I do what they do. Not knowing that what they have in their house is a impact crate with, I don't want to hate on no companies. There's a need for it. And I can't bash a company for supplying a need to someone and making some serious money. Like, there's no way they're not making no money. A crate can't be no more than $100, and they charge it $14, $15, $16, $1,800 for it. There's a need for it. But you don't know that the perfect dog that they're saying to do all these drills with is that perfect dog that's sleeping in that crate the entire day and the entire night. They don't have any time that they actually spend with that dog at all, period, zero. And that's why their dog is so, my dog is so amazing. Because when it comes out, it's in a life or death scenario of, I'm trying to go deep, but it's in a life or death scenario of, I only get to eat because this guy is hand feeding me all day long to be able to eat my food. I only get to be able to be around because if not, then he's going to put that collar on, he's going to snap that leash, he's going to choke me out to make sure that I have to do what I have to do. So of course the dog is going to perform and it's going to look really good. But then behind closed doors, it's just locked up and it's nowhere to be seen again. It's just, it came out for its show and then it's locked up and it goes away. This is the part for me that, you know, I get it. The sports stuff and all these things, it looks good, but it's a show. And we want to be able to understand how to be able to live in real life. It's like taking old TV shows. I don't even know what ones that I used to watch. One dude said that show, so I'll just say that. Full House TV show. It's fake. It's a TV show. Even like those, that's stuff that probably a lot of people used to watch, especially you're anywhere near my age, and you got kids near my age. You probably heard it in the background. But these, I think it was on MTV. I don't even know if MTV is still around or not. But those reality live shows, those reality TV shows or whatever they call it, put all the people in the house. That stuff is supposed to be reality real. That stuff is staged. It's fake. Everything that we're seeing is staged, and it's like there's stuff being pushed at it to make it look and be and perceive a certain way. It's not actually real. And when we come down to real, and we're realizing that the real isn't matching up like that show, you start to get discouraged, man. You start to just get beat down even more, is what I'd say. And I want to help someone be able to get out of that. My stuff doesn't look like theirs, so I must be doing something wrong. No, your stuff in reality, I'm almost gonna guarantee you this. I'm almost gonna guarantee most all the people right now that, especially if you're looking for some dog training help and you're struggling with your dog, I'm gonna almost slap a guarantee on 99.9%. You have with your dog something that the dog's trainers that you're watching are incapable of being able to do with their dogs. And they're probably looking at you saying, oh, your dog is trash, your dog, because it's that jealous, envious that comes out. It's that, how did you be able to do that? I got 20 years experience and I can't even do that with my dog, but yet you're doing that. And then the issue that you have is the issue of a reflection of something that at the end of the day, I'm just gonna straight up say it the way that I see it. It's something that you're lacking, thinking that it's out there and it's already in you to figure out what to do. You're like looking for someone to like validate you when you already should just do it and don't care what anybody has to say. Do what you know you have to do and don't care what the next person has to say about what it is that's going on with you. And I'm gonna say like 99.9% of trainers cannot simply just have their dogs hang out in the house, go to dinner, go to lunch, come back, and a dog is just perfectly fine in the home. They can't do that. But that's what you want. That's what you're looking for. They can't have the dog just lay in the bed with them. They can't do that. But yet that's what you do, and that's what they're actually looking for, but they don't even know how to do. They don't even know how to get to that point. Because the thing is, we start to do more and more and more and more and more and more and more. We start to run into more and more control. We start to run into more and more problems. And this is the balance here that everyone needs to understand. You got some things that you just gotta, it just is what it is because of that concept of nothing is perfect. And if you're expecting this animal to be perfect, then you should put that same standard to your own self. If you said you're gonna get up at 5 o'clock this morning and go for a walk, why didn't you do it? You said you're gonna cut back on your food and this, why didn't you do it? You said you were gonna go say thank you to someone today. Why didn't you do it? You need to hold that same standard of perfection on yourself and watch how you're gonna go insane. You won't even last a day with doing everything that you say and everything that you even just say. That's easy, but do everything that you think of. If you don't even do everything that you think of and you're not holding yourself to that high level of perfection like you want your dog to do, just watch what would happen to you in your life. Watch how you are going to destroy yourself in your life. And that's why most people that are putting on these shows to say, look, this looks so pretty, at home their stuff is a mess because they're trying to put all this control to make it look away. But then once that's all gone, that's when the destruction is just, it's all out there to see. It's all out there. And no one could see it because it's behind closed doors. No one can see it because they can make sure that everything is locked up and it's a certain way and look a certain way, perceived a certain way before they even get on a camera, even to be able to make something happen. And that's what I want more people to just really, really understand is no one is perfect. You're not perfect. And stop thinking that something else, someone else is because of what they're saying, what they show, even what education that they have. No one is perfect on this planet. There's times that you've done some stuff that this is an interesting thing I just heard. I forgot where I was listening to it, but the concept of going to school and going through a course and just passing the test. You pass all the tests, but you actually 2 weeks later don't even know what you even were tested on anymore. You forgot about it because you actually didn't care about it that much. Whereas there's other people that actually really care about it and they're all into it and they're going to absorb the information and be able to use the information to be able to help someone out. But you know what? They don't have the fancy degree. You know what? They don't have the fancy cars and the fancy planes and all the fancy stuff. And you know what? They're not show-offs. You know what? They love to just live a simple life. They love to just be able to hang out, be able to relax. They love to be able to just have a good time without there being pressures on how it looks and how it is and what it's got to be like. It's fascinating to me what's going on with how we perceive someone to have this level of perfection. We think that they're an expert now. There's no, in reality, experts on this planet. We are all our own experts for knowing what it is that we need to do and we want to do. We need to take care of on this planet. We know, but we stop because we see something shiny over there or we stop because we need someone to like say what we're doing is okay. And stop, that's the part where I believe is probably hurting more people more than anything else. Those are questions that I get a lot. You know, I get a lot of emails, and not to say that I'm ignoring anybody, but I'm just not the one. I'm not the one. I'm you, man. I'm a simple human being. I don't know all the answers. I don't have it all figured out. And the one thing that I just hear a lot of people saying is, I'm doing this. Is that okay? I'm not the one to, I'm not here to like, you can't ask a question like that. You can't. You got to do what you got to do. You got to make happen what you need to make happen, especially if it's coming down to a dog. Now, if you're trying to build a house, you know, I get you. You want to make sure that it's level, this and this is at level, but you could verify all that on your own anyways. But the main thing is we're looking for someone else to say that is right. You're doing good. And then what happens in the end with that is, if it doesn't work out so great because you deviated a little bit from it, you took a little detour, oh, that person, they're wrong. They don't know anything. Their help is meaningless. It's meaningless in the end. And then if you take everything I say, this is how you get your dog to sit, and they have to sit like this, and they do it like this, and you're going to have a nice dog. And then you're getting your dog to sit and just do it just like that, and you're like, why is my dog still not nice? That guy's an idiot. He don't know nothing. He's no good. It goes both ways, that there's no win out of this. There's no success path out of that, because you're looking for something outside as opposed to it being inside. Inside of you, you know what you need to do. Inside of you, if you're looking at your dog and you're like, my dog looks stressed, look at yourself. Are you stressed? Are you anxious? Are you worried? And if you are, and you're trying to say, how do I get, this is the part where me, it gets sticky with my understanding of just life in general, is if you're sitting here saying my dog is in fear of something, and you're saying, I don't want him to be, how do I snap him out of that as fast as possible? Let me just put the leash on and just yank him out. I want to say and do the same stuff to you. And when you get scared of something, get out there and make it happen. You scared of, a lot of people are scared of doing what I'm simply doing right here. There's no one even around. I mean, you got stuff for people around, but there's no one around. And not many people are willing to stand up and just grab a leash, grab a dog, put your camera, put your phone on, and just hit record for like 3 seconds even. If you're gonna say to me that, oh, my dog shouldn't be scared of another dog, how do I get him to stop doing that so fast? Why don't you get up and do something yourself to get yourself out of that fear, to push yourself through that, to see what it's like, see what it takes? Because this is one thing that I'm almost gonna put a slap of a guarantee and a promise on. If you push yourself through that fear and you get through it, you're gonna watch that stuff like that with your dog is gonna get faster and faster and faster. So fast. Because you're gonna understand what it takes. And when you're doing it and you're going through it and you got all those emotions, you're gonna be able to have what more people need to have on this planet, is empathy, of understanding what you're doing, what's going on. You're looking at your dog, it is frozen, it's scared. Some of these dogs, I've seen them pee themselves, they're so scared, and you're like, oh, they're not gonna be scared of, let's get going. I wanna put you in a scenario that you are that equal amount of fear, and you're trembling, you can't even move, and just say, come on, little girl, come on, little boy, get moving. Why are you still acting like this? Why are you still doing this? And see what you do, see what happens to you. And once you push yourself through that, then you're gonna realize like, oh, okay. Let me slow down a little bit with this dog. Let me back, Ophi, Let me back down with this dog. Let me chill with this dog. Let me be able to just get this dog to be able to, let me work it through it the way that I know I need to work him through it. Because even like right there, she's looking at chicken, and it just builds up for her. She's like, I gotta go get it out of here, man. It's right there. Why is it still there? In my mind, I still do not 100% understand what's going on in her brain right now. She doesn't want to kill it, but she just wants to get it out of here. Is she looking at it in a way that I'm scared of it, so I need to get it out of here? Is she looking at it in a way that she wants to get it out for my benefit? I don't know what she's doing. And I just have to keep sitting in and studying it every single day, the same way I have to sit and study my own self every single day. Why am I doing this when I said I didn't want to do that? Why am I doing, Ophi? Why am I doing this when I don't want to be in that? So right here, I don't know what's going on. And it would be ruthless of me to sit here and slap a prong collar, slap an e-collar on her, and just get on her for looking at something when I don't know what's going on. And I could say that about my own self. I don't know 100% of everything that's overwhelming inside me, why this is happening, why that's happening, why this is going on, why I'm nervous, why I'm excited. There's some stuff that just happens that I'm just like, what the heck is going on right now? And I have to just stop and just look at it and just sit in it and just wait in reality, and not like just jump in to go do something and or just jump to go run away from something. Ophi, Johnny, get way back over here. I'm just going searching around right now. Get over here. Come here. Because you're not smart like Oreo Man, unfortunately. I don't like saying it like that, but you get stuck. You don't know how to get back over here. Come on. See, now you're stuck. You don't know where to go. Oh, give me a second. Johnny, come here. This way. Yep. 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 Yeah, get on it, man. Get going. No, 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 no. Yep. 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 No, 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 no. Come here. No, I said that wrong now. Come, go through the gate. Yep. Yep. That's a good boy. All right, come here. Sorry, he's not a. He doesn't know how to like follow his. I don't know what's up with that dog. He can't follow his path back when he gets lost or he gets like through the fences and through the gates. I tell him to come back and he'll come as you probably saw him do. He'll just come and he'll stay right there. Like I can't get to you. And I'm like, dude, you got to go all the way back around to be able to get back to me. But he just like he stays there. He's the only dog of mine that does that. I haven't tried it with this dog yet. But I tell him to here and he will get to the nearest closest part of the fence. And it's just and I'm trying to convince him of here, like all the way here. Good boy, man. All over here. It's just perfect what I've been talking about this whole time and just seeing that right here. Nothing is perfect. Nothing is just all amazing. It's all great and everything is set up. And that's the reality of life, people. That's realness. That's life. I've always wanted to do that. You know, there's a few videos that I did that I've tried to make it look away, but in every single one, something would mess up. And I was like, thank you. Thank you for that just not being so perfect looking because that's not real. What's real is we're struggling. What's real is we got to get past some things. What's real is we got to figure out what to do. What's real is we got to start asking the right questions is what I would say. It's even like right there, Johnny, he's like, I'm stuck. I know you want me to get to you. I can't get to you. And he's like, how can I get to you? And I can see him like trying to think it through, but then his brain just like goes into overload. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just going to sit here. That's what happens. And I'm like, no, let's take some steps. And I can start to guide him. And since he understands this is why I'll, at the end of the day, say yes and no aren't really a positive and a negative as we like to use it. It's a guidance to be able to guide a dog. I can say no to the dog and say, no, you're actually going the wrong way. I can say, yes, you're going the right way. And then he's listening to me and it's like, he figured it out. And then he gets to the gate and he runs through. He's as an explosion, like, that was fun. That was cool. And then we move forward. Nothing hostile going on, nothing weird. But that's the reality of life, that we have to get to a part that we're struggling and make a decision and start asking questions to figure out how to be able to get past that decision. Not looking at, oh, that's going to be able to help me out there. No, something inside of you is going to help you. He had to do that on his own. I could guide him. I could give him some recommendations, but he had to make those steps. He had to make the steps forward to say, I'm going to try. And that's what most of us aren't doing anymore. We're not trying. We're just giving up. We're just, oh, mine doesn't look like that, so I'm never going to get there. And then that's the worst case scenario in reality of us humans' life, of doing anything in this life. It's just giving up. It's just accepting, just saying, it's just a mess. I just quit. And it just quit. That's not the way to go. That's not the way to go. Something in you knows what that next step is. And that's the part where I'll have to say that again right here, is if you don't know what to do, sit down and just shut the world off for a moment. Sit down and just be in silence for a moment. And I don't want to guarantee, but I'm almost going to guarantee something's going to come to you that says, hey, why don't you try to do this? It's you inside of you that's going to say to do this because it's what you want. You know what you want. You know what you're looking for. But you're looking out there to try to find it. If you just sit down and just say, you know what, how do I get my dog to simply stop jumping on me? And I would just sit and literally stare in the dog's eyes on the couch and just look at it and just be in silence. Shut the TVs off, the movies off, the music off, the background chatter off, shut the phone off. You ain't got to shut it off, but just put it down, put it away, shut the books off, shut everything off, and just sit there and just sit. Sit. A thought comes to you and erase it. Just make it go away. I'm thinking about that right now. I'm thinking about how to get this dog to stop jumping on me. And something's going to come to you. And then start working on that and put that into application. And then you're going to realize, like, wow, that's actually working. Something's actually happening right now. As opposed to thinking that person's got it. For me, she still isn't perfect with not jumping on me, but she does, like, I don't know. I think in the past month, maybe twice. And the only time she's done it has been on camera. I'm just sitting here staring right at her as here, like kind of inviting her to like, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and see if you're going to do it or not. So for me to get her to stop jumping, day one, I got video. The first day I brought her here, or I think I made a video the second day, I allowed her to jump on me. I even reinforced the heck out of it. I was petting her, say, yeah, good girl, good girl, good girl. And yet today, I've convinced her how not to do that, because I just sat, and the way that I did it is not the way that you are going to get it, because I'm able to do it in a way that I'm going to stay consistent with, that's going to work in my life. If you don't stay consistent, it's not gonna work. And you only know what you are capable of and what you want to do and what your life, man. Your life. Simply, even in your mind, just saying, don't jump on me, and just walk past the dog, and the dog more likely will just stop it. But that, I don't know. It's going to come up to what you come up with. But you have to be able to understand that you do know what to do. No one out there has all the answers for you because you got answers for them. But they don't want to listen to you because they think that they're so perfect because everyone is listening to what they have to say. They got all the degrees, they got all the awards, they got everything. So they're the ones that are like the elite perfectness on this planet. And they don't want to listen to a single thing that you have to say. And that's what's very, very damaging and destructive in this planet right now. Because we want to only go one way, but we're not actually like communicating back and forth. Communicating your needs, and the person that's trying to help you with your needs, they are not able to help their own self with those same needs that you're looking for. You're in the midst, you're not going to gain anything, man. You're not going to gain anything. You're going to keep on getting worse and worse and worse. Because behind closed doors is what most of us really, really need to understand, how to be able to get better. In public, our public's view, most stuff looks pretty darn good. And that's the part where, again, if your dog is flipping out on leash, it's barking, it's doing this, you get yourself into fear. You're scared of, I don't know what it is, but something. You get yourself involved in it and you push yourself through it. If you're scared of, something I'd highly recommend, as many people as possible, is start making videos on this YouTube. It no longer needs to be like 10 people. I don't know how many people are really doing it, but just say like out of the world, 10 people that are just everything is going towards. I don't really care for a lot of these bigger channels' life stories. It's kind of boring at this moment. I want to see like a new story, a new startup, a new something. Someone that said, you know what, I've been nervous to want to start drawing and I just want to do it and I want to just document it, man. And someone wants to see that. And if that's something that's hard for you, get up. Don't you got to publish it, but just figure out how to be able to do such a thing and push yourself through that fear and see what it takes. See every emotion that goes on inside of you. See every little feeling that goes on. See all when the doubt creeps in, when everything starts to just start working against you. And understand that the dog is going through that same thing. And if you push yourself through that, you're going to watch how little things are going to start to be easier and easier with your dog. Not from no training, but just you being able to have a good understanding of understanding the dog. Because we're running away from things. We run away from it when it's scary and we expect our dog to just go head first into it. How silly is that? That's why most people, you're not getting help. That's why for me, I could take anyone's dog that's looking crazy and give me a couple of weeks with that dog to a couple of days and the dog's going to look like this. Because it's me. It's me saying to that dog, I know we're scared, but we're going to go past this. I create dogs that just get so confident, man. They're just like, they're ready to just, there's the thing with these buzzards, I don't know, the turkey vultures. They're the little mini vultures. And there's like a little den of it. And I was looking at it one day and I was like, I'm about to go in there because I wanted to take a picture and see how big the eggs are. And this dog just bum rushes, she's ready to run. And so I was like, whoa, you're just going to go into a dark cave like that? Like every dog I have turns into that. Because when I get nervous, I get scared, I'm just like, let's go. Let's do it, man. Let's get in that. And I've been doing that and realizing that most everything else around me starts to just get much nicer, much easier, much more relaxed to chill with. Because like right there, I could see the excitement in her and I get excited over stuff. And how silly is it for me to punish that excitement when I wouldn't punish myself for getting excited. I would just learn how to just understand, like I have to regulate that excitement. I have to just be able to I'll get it, but give me some time, I'll get there. I'll make it happen. I get excited over stuff. I see things that are going on like, ooh, wow, that's nice. That's real nice. Like right now, I want to get a treadmill, man. And I'm trying to fast track it by getting a old ghetto rigged one, as opposed to just let me wait and save and get the one that I know that I'm going to use for the next 30 years of my life. And I don't have to worry about it. Man, these treadmills today, they got 30-year warranties on some. I'm throwing a 30-year warranty, brand new for me, so I know it's good to go. If something happens, I can call it in and fix, instead of just like, I want it now because it's exciting. No, I want to wait and to get that delayed gratification, to be able to know that when I actually do get what I'm looking for, it's going to be that much better. And how silly it is if I would like punish myself for being in an emotion like that, for thinking that way. That's where we're struggling right now, because we're putting on these dogs more than we would even think about putting on our own selves. And we're struggling, because we're looking at, oh, that person over there, they got it all figured out. You see, they're saying to do it like this, but yet their stuff over there is a mess. That's one thing that I just would that's like the first question for me, knowing more about dogs and knowing more about dog trainers and seeing dog trainers' dogs to be able to know exactly in reality, not exactly, but have a good general guesstimation of what's going on behind closed doors is you're trying to help me. You got a problem with your dog reactive. Ask them what their dog is like in the house. What is their regimen? What do they do with the dog? Where does the dog sleep? Where's the dog when they're eating? What does the dog do? And then see if what their response to that is what you're actually looking for in the end. Because they may say to do some stuff that works as far as like, the only way I can say it is punishing, correcting a dog, trying to reward the dog to get out of things, but yet they don't actually like live with the dog. So it's easy to make things look good when you don't live with them. When you just pick them up here and there and then you bring them out for that show, it's easy to make it look away. But if they're not actually living with it, you need a completely different method here. You need a completely different system here. That's the number one thing that I would ask any trainer, because it's something that I used to lack on and something that people used to ask me in reality, because I would ask people, be frank, man, I don't know what it is. People just say whatever they want to me sometimes, which I appreciate, good and bad. I don't really see the bad in it today or the good in it. I just see everything as kind of neutral. And people just quick to just say whatever to me. And they always would say to me, well, what do your dogs look like at home? And I was like, oh, you come on over, check them out. Take a look at them. See the setup that I got, see where everybody is, see where this one's living, see where this one's living, see this one's in the house, this one's over here, this one's in the crate, this one's like this. And to give people a good understanding of what my lifestyle is like, if that's actually gonna work for you. Because more than likely, it's probably not gonna work for you if that person is keeping their dog locked up 23 hours a day. What they do is probably not gonna work for you at all, period. Because they're not actually living and doing and being. They're putting the show on when it comes out to look away, but then they hide the mess later on. They just hide it, put the mess in the corner, in the back corner of the house, and just say, stay back there. When I want you to look good, I'll bring you out. I mean, when I want you to make me look good, I'll bring you out. But otherwise, keep your mess in the back corner. Keep quiet and shut up. Put the bark collar on the dog, put the e-collar to shock them every time, or stem them every time that the dog vocalizes or makes any noises, and you stay quiet. And you come out when I want you to make me look good. That's what's going on in dog training. Come out to make me look good and get away when I don't want nothing to do with you. And depending on the system, these dogs are so, that's the best way of saying it, needy, that they will look good for that hour to just be able to have a chance to be able to do something, anything. Because if you are locked down so much, you are going to be excited about that little bit of freedom that you have. And you will be willing to do anything in that moment, anything. Even if it comes down to something looking like even abuse, they're going to be happy to do that because they're actually not locked in something to be able to get out, to be able to make something happen. And that's what most people are doing. So we're working backwards here. We're looking for the expert where the expert stuff is trash, straight up. Who the heck really wants a dog? I got one like that, but this is different what I'm going to say. It's for work. Work, stick with work. Pet, please go to pet. Stop putting your work stuff into the pet stuff. Stop putting your pet stuff even into the work stuff. The only thing that I would recommend to say with your work stuff is figure out how to be able to get your dogs to calm down as well, so that they have a chance to be able to know how to know you, to relax with you. And that, in my opinion, gets the dogs to perform even harder. It gets them to work even more. It doesn't always need to just come out for hard work, but still, that's not pet. That's just called time out, man. Chill. That's called just a time of relaxation. That's not just forced in that crate, but just time to just get to know each other a little bit. And when you get to know each other even more, you're going to get more. I'm telling you, you're going to get more performance, because that's just it's the way it works. But the work stuff, keep it over there, man. Don't try to tell someone how to have that pet dog that looks so good to be free in the house and sleep in the bed and sit on the couch and watch movies with you when their dogs are only locked up in crates all day long. We're struggling right now because we're thinking that what is perfect is actually not perfect. And we're looking at these people as if they are perfect and they got all the answers, and they don't have the answers because they don't have the answers for themselves. Thank you. How y'all doing? You look like you got the itch to, I gotta go do something. Go do it, girl. Go do what you gotta do. I don't think there's any chickens here anymore. Johnny been slowly but surely taking them all out. He got the slow approach today. But that's still something I'm gonna say at the end of every video. Maybe not every video, but here and there. If the dog looks sad, I'm telling you it is. If the dog looks excited, it's excited. If your dog is looking nervous, it's nervous. If your dog is looking like it's in fear, it's in fear. If your dog is looking super happy, chill, it's super happy and chill. If your dog is looking tired, it's tired. It just is what it is. If your dog look like it got to go to the potty, it's about to have to go to the bathroom, man. They're showing in real time, real life, what's going on. That's why for me, the dog stuff is fascinating. Because like I said, I used to be all in other things, but the dog stuff is fascinating because you can actually see what's going on. You can't hide, you can't lie it. You can't like put it under the rug. Even when you only take the dog out for that show, you can see what's going on with that dog. You can see what's happening. I just can't get off the one guy that just said that. Like, I want my dogs to be like addicts. I want them to be addicted to me. You can see it in the dog if that's how that they are. But is that gonna make a nice, calm pet dog inside of your home? Heck no. Heck no. Heck no. I never want my dogs to view me like that. I want my dogs to view me as like the place to go that all your issues are gonna disappear, man. You're stressed, come to me, I'll take care of that for you. There's nothing that these dogs need to handle for me. I could do it for them. And that's why the dogs are incredible, because they see us as that powerful being. They see us as that level of safety, that level of comfort. But when we're trying to force them to be a way that we aren't, man, this is where life is just is struggling for you right now. Life is struggling for you. My life is not perfect. Everything isn't just set up so grade A. Every day isn't just like every dog is flawlessly. Oreo, let's just see. Johnny, Ophi, they don't always just shoot over and run to me. They're coming right now, but they're coming on the slowest pace possible. I don't know why. Nothing is perfect. Nothing. Here comes one. He's like, "What's up, man? You're good." Oreo, you're good. They just come. They're not on this like, oh, beeline straight to him, get in the perfect heel. This is real life, man. Real life. Ophi, you came halfway. Good girl. That's real life recall right there for me. Do I expect them to just like, you got to be all on to? No, that's not real. What's real is we're hanging out. We're relaxing. We're having a good shadow. We're having a good old time. And having that good time is what in reality brings that peace. It brings the enjoyment. And the real, the out of the show, the real is what we want to focus most of our time on. The way I talk about working dogs out of obedience in the free stance, the more we spend in that, the more we're going to get. The more we get out of the show and live in the real world, the real life, the more we're going to be able to understand it and just enjoy it. And or just accept it. Sometimes everything ain't all fun and sunshine and pretty. Sometimes we got some stuff we just got to do. And we just have to we just got to get it done. But if you're just doing it the whole time, you're not going nowhere. Just get it done. Go ahead and get into it, make it happen. You're going to watch how your life is just going to transform exponentially. Just make it happen. And you know how to make it happen. That guy over there, that girl, I don't know what you need. I don't know how to fix your dog from pulling on the leash. I'm not you. I'm not living with your dog. I'm not seeing your dog. Now, if you live with me, I see you work a couple days, I can help you out for sure. But I'm not in that. I mean, I literally would want to live with you, to like be there all day so I can see you slipping the food and doing this and doing that and see what you're doing. Your whole route. I want to see everything. I don't want to see your fake persona that you put on for an hour for the visit that we see each other. That's not going to get anything any better. I want to see everything that's going on. When you say to me, oh, I don't do that, and I go to your house and we're living together, I'm like, you're clearly doing that right now. And you're like, oh, I didn't even realize I was doing that. I didn't notice that. Like, I didn't know that was going down. Good or bad, whatever way it is. But we just have to really know everything that's going on. That's why a lot of people are not getting help, because I don't know. You're put this, my first start, I always run into this 100% of the time. 100%. When I work with people, the consultation, you're one way. And then I always, if I got issues with dogs biting people, dog biting kid, biting this, we are doing everyday appointments. And I'm gonna be here 3 hours every day. Schedule it. That's the only way I work with you. And you know, it's crazy. Many people sign up for this. But consultation, it's a different look. First appointment, I can see a little bit going on. By that third appointment, it only takes the third one. Most of the time before that, I start to see the real people. I start to see the real issues going on here. I start to see the yelling, the bickering, the arguing. I start to see the put downs. I start to see abuse. And then why wouldn't you think that if you're abusing your spouse, that you're not abusing that dog as well? And why are we having issues with the dog? Because the spouse isn't going to hit you, but the dog sure is going to bite you at some point, because it's like, I got to do what I got to do, man. I'm real, straight up. But the spouse is like, oh, I can hold back. I can hold back. I would see that all the time. We act away And then we start to change it to who we truly are. Once I can see who we truly are, now we can get some help.